This is Kayo, a robot from the future, and no, I am not joking. He was sent back from a timeline where the Radiants, Reyna, Sage, Jet, Phoenix, went mad and started to exterminate the human population. Reyna was their worst offender, and I believe their leader, though it's a little unclear from what I've read. And given some of the Reynas in my game, certainly makes sense. He won, but the world was so decimated, they sent him back to make sure our timeline didn't suffer the same fate as that timeline. It's a long and confusing topic in the lore, and very fascinating in my opinion if you want to sit there and read the Wikia. I know I'm weird. He's the 4th Initiator added, and the 17th agent recruited overall, following Astra but coming before Chamber. Aesthetics-wise, he rocks a very nice gray gradient mixed with a blue gradient. Although apparently some of his utility makes it change to purplish or greenish hues. But we'll get to that in a minute. Oh, we can show you now. Alright. His personality is obviously very stoic and somewhat untrustworthy because he comes from a timeline where several of his now friends decimated the human population. He knows a lot of the fellow agents committed heinous acts in this timeline, and though he's trying to trust them, it's hard to with that prior history. Even though it is technically in the future. Again, it's complicated. We're getting into time travel. It's not meant to be easy. I think he's very well balanced for attack and defense personally. He has some great capabilities to delay pushes and push right past defenses if you can suppress the agents on site defending. For his abilities, first off we have Frag/Ment. It's essentially a molly. It is 5 meters in radius. That's 5 meters in radius according to the Wikia? Well, according to the Wikia, it's 5 meters in radius. 1 meter for the inner portion and 4 meters for the outer portion. Dealing 4 ticks of damage over 4 seconds, so 1 a second. It does 60 on the inside of the molly for a total of 240, and 25 on the outside for a total of 100. Med, would you mind hopping down here so I can molly the two of you? Just stand a little apart. Yeah. Notice the KO dies much quicker.
I didn't have shields.
Yeah, that's fine.
I did.
I'm surprised it killed you then.
What, the molly killed me?
Yeah, because it should have been 100 total where you were standing.
I had regen shields.
It also, according to Wikia, it says it deals less damage to yourself. I'm just going to test that real quick. And it does seem to actually do so, yes. I am one tap now, but still. Next up, we have Flash/Drive. I'm not going to be saying the slashes regularly, by the way, but these are in the names of the abilities. It's essentially just a flash, you know, it's hence the name, and you can throw it overhand or underhand. So notice that the I'm about 26 meters away from what's called a nest, right? Now 25. According to Wikia, it should travel just up to, yep, just going slightly over, but it's still about 25 meters overhand. Underhand is meant to just be able to pop around corners like that, although I did accidentally blind myself there. What's really interesting about Kayo's blind is long distance, it actually blinds you for 2.25 seconds, and short distance, it actually only blinds you for 1.25 seconds. So, yeah, that was about 2 seconds. But then underhand, yeah, definitely considerably less. Next up, we have what I call the knife if you watch the bloopers for when we review the different utilities. You throw it, and according to Wikia, in a 15-meter radius, it suppresses enemies for 8 seconds. It is, however, very easy to destroy, though. But it does also give you some great locational info. Now, if one of them would attempt to shoot it, please, just so I can show destructibility. The knife has 20 HP and recharges to be used again later in the round after 40 seconds. As I mentioned, it applies suppression, which is a status effect that makes the enemies unable to use utility. For example, Med, can you hit the E? And now walk forward and hit E. Notice that Jet can no longer dash. Kayo would not be able to throw any of his the enemy Kayo would not be able to throw any of his utility. And obviously it does not affect your own team. It also can prevent several ultimates, but we'll look at a couple of those in the agent interaction section. Lastly, we have his ultimate. It's an 8-point ultimate that can constantly apply suppression to enemies in range. It's 42.5 meters in radius, and suppression lasts for 4 seconds. It reapplies suppression once every 3 seconds for a total of 5 ticks. So from beginning to end, it's 12 seconds. It also gives you the stim buff, so a fire rate increase, a reload speed increase, and a small recoil reduction. I also believe a small movement speed increase. And if killed, allies can actually pick you up by holding F. So let's start off. Meg, can you swap team? But notice, they're constantly being suppressed. Now, Looney, would you mind killing me? Now notice, in this form, you'll have 850 HP. Looney did get a body shot after I got down. But Meg could pick me up. You have 15 seconds for your team to pick you up, I believe. Wait. And it takes 3 seconds to pick you back up. Real quick, Looney, can you just do that one more time? Yeah, 15, okay. Med, I'm sorry, can you pick me back up? I just want to confirm the number.
I have a little question.
Yes.
Okay, never mind. I no longer have a question. I was gonna see if you could be picked up again if your ult was still in action when you got picked up again. So, like,
No,
I was
you
wondering
can't.
if
I've actually had that
you could
happen
down.
as I did main KO for a while. So obviously, given that you have HP walled down, it is possible for the enemy to outright kill you in that form too, but it's the same. It's a similar level of HP to Sage's or Deadlock's walls, or at least segments of them. Utility, I think, is a solid 8 out of 10. The fact that you can just, like, prevent the enemy team from using util is, I think, huge value. Not to mention the blind being able to be under or overhand thrown is huge. I also do really like his molly, even if it's a little weird mechanically in terms of, like, how it deals damage. The ult with a good team is easily 10 out of 10. It's... Now, obviously, you have to... That's with a good team, but even still, I think it's a very strong one just to be able to get a second life while constantly suppressing the enemies is insane amounts of value, and if you can capitalize it correctly, you can quite literally crumble any defense in your way. Again, I think he's very good for stalling a push or taking entire sites. Not to mention, suppression does get applied while you're down initially, I believe, but I don't think it goes any longer than it would normally. For how I would play on defense, what I normally would like to do is change up where you hide on sight, of course, always adapt, but throwing your knife in places like there. I've thrown it in here because it's such a large radius, or over there if you know the enemies really like to come around that way. You also get a little bit of coverage mid to potentially help anyone who wants to flank. Ideally, if they're pushing you, again, you would, wherever you're hiding, do something like this and then pop out to try and get the kill. Obviously, I didn't have to zoom in there, but just as a example. Or you can do something like, and then get the pick from over here, because again, it goes 25 meters before it starts getting ready to flash. For ice blocks on A site specifically, I like to throw my molly somewhere around the ult orb that's normally there, just again to delay pushes. Or if you want to get somewhat aggressive and you know you have a teammate on site, just popping the ult and going for a peek, I don't think it's necessarily a bad play, but you have to be careful, because if you're not, you do just get taken out of the round and your team can't pick you up, unfortunately. On a retake situation, I think there's no shame in knife like this, testing a little more for under here because some people do like to play there. While you're covered, something like this even. Or if you know they're going to be playing from main, try and get info from there. Though obviously the further you go in, the more easy it is to shoot it. And once you get that piece of locational information, again, don't be afraid to pop swing or do another long distance kind of throw to take heat off of your exact position, right? Again, if you know they're playing in a main, for example, mollies like this are not a bad choice to try and get them, or if you know they're playing in heaven. Notice the coverage that gives you up there, so it's really hard for them to try and pop out. Again, ultimate works very similar on how it will on attack, where popping it and being able to push in while clearing corners nullifies basically anything the enemy set up to delay you, right? On attack, I like to throw knives like this sometimes. Again, you do have to get multiple options. And now we know that the Kayo happens to be here. Obviously, yes, it's a guide, it's not real, but still. I have done this one before. It's not great, but it's like if you know the enemies like to use Judge or like Bucky, that gives you sight there. And obviously, again, just push up, clearing corners. If you think somebody's around a corner, don't be afraid to, again, just pop flash it and turn. Or again, if you want to peek an angle, throwing it like that and then going for the peek. It's a little riskier, but it can work as an effective distraction method. Alternatively, again, fragment for the post plant is great value as it would be with Brim, with Gecko, etc. to get them off the spike. Or if you hear them coming from, what is this? A screen, then a molly just to delay their entrance so your team can set up more is not a bad idea in my opinion. And again, ultimate, popping in, it makes it next to impossible for any defenses. So if they have like a Cypher, for example, the trips are just down, Deadlock's trips, Sage can't wall you off, etc., right?
Alright.
Jump?
Floaty float!
Yes.
Oh, it does.
I actually read that on Jess last week, which is what made me realize we should test that interaction. So notice Cypher's tripwire, and he put his camera up there, so can you hop on your camera and stay on it? Notice it kicks Cypher off of his camera, but you can also move through the tripwire without issue. Now, what I'm going to do is this. Can you heal Looney, Med?
Oh.
Okay, so it does not stop the healing once it has commenced. It can only prevent, not stop. Which, honestly, that would be kind of broken otherwise.
Fire in the hole!
Notice it kicks Astra out of the astral form or whatever you call that, and Rage just loses her ultimate. I believe it does the same thing for Jet and Neon, for example.
Hi! The hunt begins!
Two suppressed.
So this should effectively stall Neon's, but the fact that Reyna's goes ad infinitum, basically, you know, she won't, she'll keep it afterwards. Can you kill Med and do the healing move? I think it's called Devour. Oh. That was the wrong one.
That was the wrong one.
Oh, Med also... Okay, so it does stop Reyna's heal. That's actually very interesting. So, I'm going to be standing exactly where you saw me. Just hit me with the knife.
That one.
Alright, so Viper's ult does sustain through KO suppression. That's actually really good knowledge. Is that a little weird to anyone else?
Yeah. Let's see
Alright.
something.
I think the point goes on now. A lot of ultimates can get cancelled out by KO suppression, but not all of them. It is something that you do just kind of have to commit to memory, unfortunately. But this has been all the agent interactions I think we really need to go over. It's more... We probably went over more ultimates than we needed to. Sometimes it's just good to highlight shit, right? For Agent Pass, honorable shoutouts go to Training Bot at level 4. I just find this really funny. I also imagine this is probably one of the first times they were experimenting with an animated spray, but I still really like how it came out, even if maybe a few more frames would be appreciated. Also, a shout out to the level 7 KO spray. I really like how it feels so much like graffiti, and it's just kind of genuinely kick-ass in my opinion. I really appreciate it. And our first dishonorable shout out, one of a couple I planned ahead of time, actually goes to the bot title. I understand he's a literal robot, and I have no disrespect for Valorant for this, but obviously bots and cheats and stuff like that are still a huge issue in games. But this has been a beginner's guide to KO. Thank you for joining us today. Please remember like, comment what you learned, or any tips for new players. Subscribe to the channel if you aren't already, and we'll see you next week for KJ. Bye!
And you wanted me to play as who again?
Sage or Jet? I think
Uh,
Jet would probably be more preferred, but I want to test stuff with both either way.
Who would you like me to play?
Well, you need to be KO, because Med doesn't have KO.
I do have KO.
Oh. Well, shit.
Yeah, sorry I took a minute. I just downloaded Arma 3 and I'm joining a roleplay server that my friend invited me to.
Well, real quick. Yeah, I was going to say, either of you could have played KO then, and then the other be Jet or Sage, right? Remember auto respawn, please. Let's be real, I am a violent sociopath, and both of you will probably die at least 6 times.
Auto respawn on.
Have you got your cryostasis classic on?
Always do.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to snatch that.
Oh,
I
yeah,
have
we're
a
going
feeling
A.
you're going to appear behind me again.
I'm trying to find where the fuck you are.
I said
I found
A.
them.
Oh, I thought you said B. Whoops. Hold
There's
on.
a couple of classics there. Either of you care that much.
Hello. Yeah, I just need a cryostasis one because it matches KO the best.
Honestly, yeah, not bad. Oh, there's not really a good... I guess, like...
Screens is pretty good.
My complaint's the elevation is weird. I know I'm being a little nitpicky. I know. From where you enter. Yeah, like, along this yellow line would be huge. Well, like, further up, like where I was. Yeah. And then, can I see the knife? Okay. Q. He has, like, different facial expressions. The Flash? By the way, why do you become, like, green? Why do you Look at this. You see how the color just changes for, like, no reason?
Oh yeah, like the ribs like kind of go green. Oh, but that's cool. When I'm holding my flash, it's a blue glare. But when
Yeah.
a KO is holding his flash out, his hand glows red.
Yeah, but yours is also, like, your body's changing to, like, a bluey green similar to what's in the Flash thing. I
Yeah.
would say I like the knife most. It's also probably his most iconic piece of utility. I just love the Jet standing up there staring. You're not Gecko. Stop acting like you can twerk. There's no junk in that trunk.
Ow, God, why?
One enemy remaining.
Ah, yeah, right. Shit, I forgot this was Valorant where you can shoot through solid objects. Motherfucking piece of shit, piece of motherfucker.
Med lost her mind for a minute there.
Fucking hate this game.
Wait. Alright, can you hold out the knife, the signature? You're good to move? But also...
Enemy remaining. Spike down A.
Oh, that's funny. Wait. When you... Real quick, shoot me and see that my face, like, goes blank. Like, you see the triangle? Now shoot me. Whoa. 64 HP. Do you see how the facing goes, like, blank? 1 meter on the inner for the out... 1 meter for... And underhand is meant... Oh, sorry. I'm hitting the wrong thing. Right, guys?
Yeah.
I just
I
love
missed.
this.
Okay.
I just love the spike coming out
Thank
of
you.
the head like a fountain every time.
It's the fact that you can juggle the spike with your dead body.
I believe it has 40 HP. I'll admit I didn't notice that on the Wikia. Sorry, this was the one point I should have made sure.
Epilepsy party hard, epilepsy party hard. Oh, so it's even half the bitch we thought it was.
You're being suppressed. Stop that.
Actually, I'm being glucked, apparently. Ow!
Alright.
How do I do that within
Cheats.
the thing?
Or you can do something like... Oh, I threw that too high. Sorry. Oh, I didn't even realize Spike was still down. Looney never picked it up.
He tossed it away. The baby with the bathwater.
Isabella Daphines.
I know what you
Don't-
were
don't
trying to
plant.
say,
Don't
and I
plant.
respect it.
And you can... Why is Looney down? It's so much creepier without the, like, triangle in the face.
Can I just say, this is a really good plant spot for having flashes on your team.
You know, I've never considered it. Oh, why?
Because round end isn't on. I just
Um,
noticed how dead the spike looks.
What?
The spike looks so dead. It's just,
I
it
mean,
looks
it's like
so sad and lonely.
it's supposed to be like a briefcase, essentially. Now, Med, would you be able to hold spacebar and jump down from that box area? Because I want to... Oh, can you get
Oh,
back
you
up? I
were
didn't
there.
have the reaction time yet. Oh. No, I mean like out of this side. I mean out of this side. Because I want to see if your passive gets nullified.
One suppressed.
I think we'd have better luck on this one.
Updraft into it.
Also, should I switch to the other team?
Oh, yes.
Oh,
I
that would explain it.
Well, that's scuffed. Yeah, can you please, while holding spacebar so you don't, like, unnecessarily fall, jump out of this window, because I want to test if the suppression affects the passive.
The floaty float?
Yes. Stop that, I have to record this. I have to put this on
Oh,
YouTube.
you feel
I
left
should say.
out.
Alright. Can I get Cypher, Sage, or Reyna?
Cypher, Sage, or Reyna? 1 second.
I'll go safer.
I'll go Sage then.
I'm trying to think of who else do I want
I'll
to
crash their
show
Cypher's
off,
network.
right? Alright, where's Looney gonna pop out of? I saw you go to the back site. Alright, get down here, get down here. Can you... Where's Looney?
Oh, just up here with me.
Can you hop down? Can you set up a tripwire and your camera?
Oh,
That was the one piece of util I did not request.
You had one job.
What is this trip?
I love
Alright.
it. People don't expect it.
Yeah. That would kind of basically be like a Sage hard counter.
I mean, a lot of the other agents kind of get these hard counters, right? Looney, can you go Astra? And Meg, can you go Raise?
I see your suggestion, and
30
I
seconds
raise
left.
you.
Hold the
A
line.
raise.
Here we go. Rally up.
Okay, shut the fuck up.
Can I kill her?
Get fucked, you're on my team, you can't do shit. Waka
I'm not
waka,
on your
bitch.
team. Alright, where's Looney gonna appear from this time?
Underneath the fucking
Oh,
game?
come on.
Honestly, I was expecting that once I started looking at A screens. I was like, you know, he's probably gonna come from underneath.
How are you even doing that?
Ghost. Alright, Looney,
Give me
can
them
you...
toes.
Can you just... Stop. Yeah, that's exactly what I want. You need to do nothing else. You don't even need a star. Now, Med, can you get near Looney and pop your ultimate? Do you have Neon, Med?
I do.
Can you go Neon, and Looney, can you go Reyna? I want both of you to stand next to each other. I want you to stop clipping through the floor. And I want you both to pop your ultimates. Huh. Why hasn't it kicked you out of it yet?
Why hasn't it kicked? I'm kicked out.
Oh. Then there's a visual bug, probably.
Oh, yeah, because I'm...
Can you swap team? Med?
Swap team.
Now, one thing I do want to test is similar to Sage. I actually do need you... Oh, wait. I kind of need you out of the ultimate.
Is that the best
For
you've
this.
got?
How much health do you have, Looney?
150. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Let me rebuy shields real quick. Hold on. Let me
Ow.
just see something. Okay, it doesn't. Right.
Let me buy shields really quick. Shoots me in the skull.
I mean,
Because-
for Reyna, that's actually the one agent you can make that argument. Well, that and Clove.
Because hold on, that's not what the joke was, but that was really funny. It's because there's a different circle that shows Reyna shields compared to your actual shields now.
Yeah.
I was like, hold on, can I have 100 shields? But
No,
it
no.
just
Reyna is the only character in the game who can purchase things by pulp fictioning a motherfucker in the
No,
back
Clove
of the head.
Clove can actually.
yeah. Let me buy
Clove
shields
can.
real quick.
Ah!
God damn it. Who else did I want to test something with? Oh,
Deadlock.
Deadlock and, Viper, I think, are good examples for this.
I
don't
have
think-
Deadlock, I don't have Viper.
Yeah, so...
I'll go
Looney-
Viper.
There's Deadlock. There's Viper.
Viper.
They think themselves are equals.
Oh, you're on my team now. I forgot.
Oh yeah,
Mind switching back?
now
Yeah.
I'm not.
Alright, I want both of you to pop your ultimates when you're
I
next
think
to
my
each
game
other.
crashed. Not gonna lie. Yeah, my game crashed.
Alright,
Well, I can at least do one for you.
pop your
Kablah!
Yeah, so Deadlock will lose her ult. And now, Meg, can you switch to KO? Because since you have it, I can be the guinea pig once. Right?
I'm just gonna.
30 seconds left.
Looney, you're good. I've made a solution.
Oh no, I'm back.
I find that kind of cool. You can toss your flash into her smoke and you won't, like, flash on the outside of it.
Yeah. It's a solid membrane. I was going to cover that in her video in, like, 4 months.
You are powerless.
But thank you, you two. I hope you have fun, Looney and Alma. And I hope you have a good nap, Med, or whatever. Actually, it probably would be a, actual sleep in this case.
It's something close to that. No, it'll probably be more of a nap.